Hello. Welcome to another time with me, Dr. Sarah Bash. How are you? So I want to talk in this particular segment about microaggression towards, I would say women. Microaggression towards women in the workplace, especially women of color. And it doesn't even matter if you're not of color. I'm sure you've experienced something. How do we as women deal with that microaggression? You know, I was watching something the other day. There was some other video I came across about this research that was done by three, I think, African American women about the pet phenomenon, the pet employee who now becomes a threat, right? Now, I don't really identify with being a pet in the workplace necessarily. I wouldn't say that, but I've definitely seen how I've been a threat, though. Yeah, I've been a threat. I can resonate with that. I remember even, again, just starting off from grad school, early years, and just having my first real job. The woman that hired me, exec director, she loved me, love her too. But the supervisors that were underneath, the one supervisor or two supervisors that were underneath her, who ended up being like frontline trainers for me and stuff like that, they really liked me in the beginning too. But I realized over time, and I was validated by what I'm about to tell you, over time, when I was pretty much independently doing the clinical monitoring work that I was doing at that time, and I knew what to do. I mean, it was something I naturally could get, but obviously I needed the training on regulations and, of course, just the way they do it in the workplace. I just remember seeing a shift towards me, experiencing a shift, and I just didn't understand it. In my 20s, I was like, what is going on? I couldn't understand it. Like, we would really get along and stuff like that. We would chat about, you know, personal stuff and stuff like that, just in general as a group. And I just remember these trainers at that time, they were much older than me. Well, yeah, I think they were in their 30s. I would say late 30s at that time, one of them, and one approaching 40s at that time. Just, you know, very, just not open to conversation. And I could tell that there was that, I felt this spirit of competition. And I'm like, you guys are the manager. I'm just a specialist here. How in the world do you see me as competitive? But I knew this intrinsically, but I didn't have the language to explain what I was experiencing. You know, I didn't know nothing much about psychology back then, or I wasn't even like, I was a Christian, but I didn't have a relationship with God. So I just was so like bewildered, like, where is this tension coming from, right? Then I remember one of my dear colleagues, one time we were having lunch, this girl and another colleague, and she says, Sarah, you know, maybe why you're experiencing that, because you have an air of confidence about you. And, you know, some women just, and she was much older than me, the person is telling me, and some women just, you know, they don't have that, and they just get threatened by that. They feel competitive, so they want to try and, you know, pull you down where they can. And that was my first time hearing that in my 20s. An air of confidence. I didn't even know I had an air of confidence. And when I look back, I'm like, I didn't do anything to get that air of confidence. That is the Holy Spirit, and that I give all the glory to God, because that is a gift. I have an air of confidence. Okay? Oh my God. But I'm not gonna lie to you, because those people showed me pepe, all right? I mean, like, they really went in, just trying to undermine me here and there. I started to retreat in my confidence. I started to, unbeknownst to me, but I realized I started to do it after a while, that I was like, yeah, I don't want to do too much so that I don't make them feel competitive. And I started to see that in other areas of my life. Oh, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to shine too much, because I don't want anyone to be competitive with me, because I've experienced the backlash of somebody feeling threatened by me or being competitive. Have you ever experienced that? Let me know in the comment section. It's time to shine. Especially you young people there in your 20s, in the workplace, or even your personal lives. It's time to shine. Don't let anyone's insecurity cause you to retreat. Because the microaggression is a real thing, unfortunately, with men and women. I've seen it and experienced it with men and women. And I only experience it with those that have a very fragile ego. In other words, from my definition, a very weak sense of self. They are not strong in their self. So because they don't have much self-control, which is actually a fruit of the Holy Spirit, and knowing yourself and having a positive self-image, you try to control and manipulate your external environment to make yourself feel better. You try to control people, which some of these experiences have had. You try to control them, manipulate them, undermine them, humiliate them, speak. I remember experience I've had where I was in a space, in, one of those kind of cubicle work areas. The woman was trying to speak loud over me, and that at that time, I'm just like, ooh, let me speak. I just went into my shell. Like, you are really trying to humiliate me, right? Man, I really wish back then I had the emotional intelligence I have today and the knowledge and wisdom I have today. I wish I had it back then. But those of you in your 20s that are hearing this, or in your 30s or beyond, let me tell you, everybody goes through it, but there's always a way out. There's a way out. If you go to my link, you will see some services I offer, especially for emotional regulation in the workplace, and career counseling, because I will help you how to navigate that. All right, real life practical examples that are customized to help you out to solve your problems. All right, so please check out my link in the description. But yeah, I'm just like, wow, there's an air of confidence. I remember another workplace I worked in whereby there was someone that said to me, she was my friend, but she was working in this place longer than I have been. And she said, you know what, Sarah, the thing about you, you're an independent thinker. And some people don't like independent thinkers. I said, Jesus, you are just really showing me a lot. At that point, I wasn't even training as an IO psychologist back there, but I feel like I was being set up to go down this lane because people are suffering like I was suffering in silence, not having the tools to overcome other people's issues and to look past it and to get over their demons. Okay, all right, I offer spiritual counseling as well in the link below. But like, and one thing I made a mistake of is like taking it personally, taking what they said or what they did as something wrong with me. No. When you get trained in honing into your true authentic self as an adult, once you've gone through childhood healing, which I also offer there too in my link below, help and services in childhood healing, you will understand that whatever people show you, any form of microaggression, even in the workplace, is as a result, it's a mirror image of themselves. It's a reflection of themselves. It's not you. But see, some people are manipulative. And if you're not healed in the mind, which I wasn't as much that back then, you will take what they're doing with so much importance and so much weight. And you will feel like everything they do is because you've done something wrong, and you haven't done anything wrong. And again, that's if you know you have a clear conscience and you haven't done anything wrong. People are just acting a fool, but you know you haven't done anything wrong. It's a reflection of them. It took me a while to see that. But again, it like I said, the training in emotional intelligence that I had, training as a psychologist for the workplace, training to be a good Christian, it took a while to reprogram my mind. And that's what many of you need, that reprogramming. Please check out my link below. Let this month not pass you by without getting the help that you need so you can shine. Okay? And it's funny also with men too. It's not that many, but a few men I've experienced, again, that microaggression. Just little snippety words, just certain things, you know, they may say in the midst of others just to see what I'm going to say back, but they won't try that with somebody else. But this is what happens when you're in leadership, to be fair. I'll be honest. When you're in a position of leadership, or you may not be in a position of leadership, but you have, but they see you as an authoritative figure and you have influence, you will be challenged by men as well who have a fragile ego. Because, you know, men in the workplace, it's like a jungle for them too. Survival of the fittest. Oh yeah, I worked with a lot of men. That place, they want to shine, 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 and they want to be the head. I mean, not all the men are like that though. There are some really amazing, balanced minded, secure men I've worked with. Chef's kiss. God bless them. I've had great conversations with them, and I still do till today. Good men like that. Good men. There's some good men. Just like there's some good women in the workplace. Really good women. If you're a good man or good woman in the workplace, please let yourself be known in my comment section. Let yourself be known. If you are a good man, good woman in the workplace, let yourself be known in the comment section. Thank you. But there's some good ones. My gosh. But yeah, those fragile egoed men that see you even as a woman as a threat. I'm not gonna lie, when I've experienced that, I just laugh. It's not fun in the workplace because they be trying it. They really be trying it. But like, I just sometimes like, wow, so I'm a threat to you too? I'm like, geez, what is it that I'm coming off as? But yeah. They're insecure. The masculinity in them is just not fully developed. I'm keeping it 100. Not fully developed. And you can always tell the masculinity that's fully developed in one man versus another. Just like the femininity is developed in one woman than the other. And I want to keep something about too. We women out there, please, if you're working with a lot of men, please don't feel like you have to conform to be a man to survive. Listen, and it's not like you have to, you fully conform, but like, I've actually experienced where I've had to feel like I have to put armor on to like handle some of these gentlemen in the workplace. You have to put armor, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I want to stay in my true, authentic self. All right, I don't want to. And usually, if you have to really do that, because the workplace is just that particular culture. If you have to do always feel like you have to put armor on, the culture needs to have a reset. There's some workplace shenanigans that has not been checked yet. And if you are going through things like that, please sign up on my on my link below. Don't suffer in silence. Let me help you get through that and overcome that, because you can overcome that. Because I've been able to overcome that and really form really positive relationships with certain people that have come at me microaggressively. And in my professionalism, I'm like, yeah, we need to talk. Oh yeah, they know when Sarah needs to talk. Okay, I used to be very avoidant in terms of like having those conversations, but again, when you have knowledge, you have power, but it's the right knowledge. And my faith in God, my faith in Jesus Christ, and my clear concept of who I am, which has taken a long time to be clear to me, and I've had to evolve, has allowed me to be like, yeah, you're not going to talk to me that way. We're going to have a conversation. All right? Let's rub heads together. And, it's really surprised me that when I've had those conversations, specifically in recent times with men, they'll be like, oh, I just didn't know. I'm so sorry, Or they would actually be honest with me and say, I'm going through this. Sarah, I'm going through this right now. And I'm so sorry, Because the thing is, some people, I'm going to keep it a buck, because they've never been checked, and then they meet an IO psychologist, because they've never been checked they believe it's okay. So I'm going to be fair to them, the ones that have never been checked. But let me keep you a buck. There was one person, at least he was honest. He says, yeah, I know I can be a bit abrasive. They know. They know. But for you to point it out to them, it takes, and you have to be careful. Like, you know, for me, when I go in those conversations, I know exactly what I'm going to have, and I put it in prayer, because I want that person to overcome that weakness. That abrasiveness is not strength. I don't know who lied to them. It's a weakness, right? It's you trying to control others and not control yourself. But it is really refreshing, and they also find it. I've seen when I've had those conversations, the bonding and the understanding of each other is really strengthened, and the respect that they give. Like, yeah, we're leaders here. Yeah, we need to respect each other. Yeah, even if she is a woman, or even if she is black. And that's another thing I haven't really touched about, the whole black concept, black woman thing. Probably another video. Yeah, just as a woman, you know, some people just in a workplace, I would say, they don't really care whether they're a woman or a man. If you become a threat to them, they'll let you know. They will come for you. It's survival of the fittest, like someone once told me. But it doesn't have to be. But sometimes it has to be. But what I like to I want to train people on is how to regulate yourself in the workplace, in that jungle, and still be a well-respected person and still respect other people, because you will win in the end, and those that are connected to you will also win. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss another video. And give me a shout out in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this video. What were you thinking when you were watching this? Please don't let anybody steal your shine in the workplace. Remember that it's not you that's the problem. It's really them. Something's happening to them on a deep level. Get the training that you need for emotional regulation. You can check out what I offer right now in the link in the description section. All right. And those of you who are Christians, prayerful, please make sure you also pray every day before you go in the workplace, you know, to help calibrate the atmosphere. Until then, I wish you a blessed day.